KHQA Sports.
Well, once again, the dynasty steamrolls on as Quincy Notre Dame rides a 19-8 third quarter at the expense of Normal U-High to blow it wide open tonight. Victory for the Lady Raiders as they knock off U-High in the sectional semifinals 54-30. Our Will Wilson was there tonight. Complete wrap-up coming your way tomorrow at 6. Meanwhile, we do know who Q&D's next opponent will be. It will be Rochester, who blew out Mount Zion 52-36. Q&D will face Rochester back at U-High coming up on Thursday. One other bit of news, not so good for our friends to the north, as South Fulton's magical run comes to an end in the Super Sectional. Though congratulations to the Carrollton Lady Hawks, who get the 2-point victory and the chance to move on to state. Let's move on to district play in southeast Iowa. Fort Madison fans watching their team take on Fairfield. Fairfield played really well in this game, out to a 5-0 lead, and then Wes Bernhardt says, "We'll have no more of this tomfoolery." Great swat from him. Great night from Colton Herrick. Had 12 points. That's a career high as he gave some spark. This guy is always a spark. Miles Wenseen dribbling through everybody. Pull-up jumper, Kobe-esque style. 25 points to lead the way tonight. His team regains the lead right there, and then it's Miles creating pretty nifty stuff to Bryson Abbey, who had a career night as well. Great creation all the way around from Miles inside to Wes Bernhardt. Halftime, this game tied up in the third quarter. Bryson Abbey and company take over as Fort Madison advances and makes it look easy late in this ball game. When seen, as I mentioned, with 25 points, Colton Herrick with the 12 as Fort Madison gets the victory in this one. Final count sees them victorious, 64-57. Up next for the Bloodhounds in Burlington, it will either be the Keokuk Chiefs, who had a little banner malfunction tonight, couldn't get through it tonight. Johnny Dahl, we need to put some weight on you, buddy. Things would get better from there for the Chiefs and their fans, I can guarantee you, although hot start in this one for Mount Pleasant. Hey, look, Daft Punk was even there tonight. Hey, we've got this guy. This is Zach Mulford lighting up a 3 for Mount Pleasant, giving his team the early lead. Then it's Johnny Dahl time, and Johnny Dahl doing Johnny Dahl things tonight. He had 15 points, couldn't stay long in this ball game as it was all Chiefs down the stretch in the third quarter, blowing this thing open after trailing at the half by 2. Chiefs win. Keokuk versus Fort Madison. Would you have it any other way? 57-49 was your final. Illinois regionals tonight. We check in at Winchester tonight, where Griggs-Perry advances on behind 24 points from Kaleb Bradshaw to beat Western 69-60 for their efforts. Griggs-Perry gets a shot at number 3 Payson Seymour coming up on Wednesday night in the semifinals. Also tonight, we've got Southeastern taking on Brown County at Unity. Great night, great start for Jeffrey Stout from the outside, knocking down triples. He was certainly very, very good, but the story in this game for the Suns, this fellow, Winston Smith, who was a whirling dervish of activity, 22 points to lead his team. More Jeffrey Stout, as it would be Southeastern building a 1-point lead at the end of one and then cruising into victory as Southeastern gets the win. Final count in this ball game in favor of the Suns as they advance with a 51-40 victory behind those 22 points from Winston Smith. Up next for them will be a showdown with Lewistown, who ended up knocking off South Fulton by a score of 53-44. Was your final there. Also, bad news for West Prairie. Had a lead in this ball game at A-Town, but unfortunately lost to Alwood tonight. 48-39 would be your difference in that ball game. 2A now. We take you to Rushville Industry. Pittsfield taking on a very game Rushville Industry squad on its own court. Wade Smith with a steal. Kick ahead to Eli Petty. Pretty finish right here. 4-2 in favor of the Sockies at that point. Great defense, though, at the other end. Rushville Industry not letting many threes get off. That's Austin Gardner, and he is athletic. More to come in this one. How about the big fellow, Reese Ramsey, going to do some nice work on the interior for the Sockies right here, cleaning up the offensive glass, spinning away from 2 guys better than 6'4" in height and knocking down the jumper. More Eli Petty as Pittsfield ends up getting the victory tonight. A hard-fought victory, but the Sockies pull away late. 44-29 was your final in that ball game. Tough task for the Sockies coming up next as they will take on the host team in this one. That would be Beardstown. Or actually, they'll take on Beardstown, not the host team. Meanwhile, let's take you to Missouri tonight. Class 1, District 10, North Shelby, absolutely doing work tonight. That was Lucas Daniel for 3. This is Lucas Daniel for 2. A lot of Lucas Daniel. A little bit of Jacob Rich for your enjoyment as well, as North Shelby got off to the quick run in this ball game. And the Raiders are never going to stop. Dylan Mettis had it going on. That's a nice 3 right there. This one just a bit better as he's bombing this literally from Paris, Missouri. Not France, but still, you get the idea. Dylan Mettis at the height of his power. So too North Shelby tonight. winning over Madison 61-34 is your final. So North Shelby's rolling on. How about Marion County, the top seed tonight? Boy, did they look good at Brashear's expense. Luke Stratton doing Luke Stratton things in this game. I love his interior game. Very reminiscent of Cody Hildebrand and what he can do inside with that kind of hesitation move. Brandon Atterbury, attaboy. He had a great night working as well tonight. Here, Reed Plunkett would find him again on back-to-back hoops. We're not done yet. Little Luke Stratton action from deep right here, knocking down the triple. Connor Bridgman as well, making his presence felt as Brashear was powerless to stop the Mustangs. Final count in this one, a blowout tonight. 84-19 in favor of Marion County, who advances on into the semifinals to be played, I believe, on Wednesday. Elsewhere tonight, La Plata knocks off Atlanta 75-41. It will be La Plata who serves as the next opponent for North Shelby, and Bevier will be the next opponent, I should say, for Marion County as well. Girls side now. Wait, one more on the boys side. Elsberry knocking off Barat Academy 59-23. Kenny Leslie, I'm told, had a phenomenal offensive rebound dunk tonight to help lead the Indians to victory. Now onto the girls side. Palmyra, the #1 seed at Highland, taking on Monroe City. Cody Leonard's Panthers seeking a monster upset. Kitty Hinkle was buying none of it. This three right here starts things off in a 4-triple first quarter for her. You'll see the second one as she gets the steal, the tap away, and eventually knocks down another one. Kitty Hinkle had 14 points in the first half alone. She's pretty darn good. She's not too bad at all. Palmyra getting other attack as well. Interior, Haley Nix, have a night. Great bucket for her as well on the down low. Then a little Nicole Kreger action as well, as it's all about Palmyra tonight. They knock off Monroe City and end their season 64-28 was your final. Other scores from Highland tonight as we roll on through. Mark Twain nearly upsets Macon, but loses by 1, 48-47 was your final in that ball game. Also, Bowling Green, a winner over Clark County by 10 in a low-scoring affair. Over at Class 2 District 5 tonight, by the way, a Highland Brookfield game still going on at last check. Over at Clopton tonight, it was South Shelby by 10 over Silex. Up next for South Shelby, a showdown with Canton, who got a nice victory tonight over Van Far, and a big game for Brittany Bearhorst in the offing. And in a score just called in, Louisiana girls knock off Paris 62-45. We've also got the Knox County girls big time destroying West Tran 50-24 was your final there. Cairo a winner over Putnam County 60-40. And in regular season action, it was Hannibal felled by Mexico 58-26. John Wood Community College, pretty win on the road tonight by 12 over Lewis and Clark. Shea O'Brien leading the way with 20 points there. And as we told you at 6 o'clock, hail, hail to the Keokuk Chiefs. They are once again, for the second time in 3 years, your Iowa State girls bowling champs. They also placed 2 individually in the top 10. Lacey Dresden, number 4 overall, and Lakin Bolts, number 10. So congratulations as well. And we're just warming up this very busy week.
All right, thanks, Chris. Back in a moment.